Welcome and thank you very much for watching another video. Today we are going to talk about how we can calculate quartiles fast using Excel. Quartiles are measures that divide data into 4 equal parts. So we have 3 quartiles, Q1, Q2, Q3, according to the exclusive approach that is consistent to the quartile exclusive function of Excel. So the first quartile separates the lowest 25% of data from the upper 75%. The second quartile or the median divides the data into 2 equal parts. And last, the third quartile separates the lowest 75% of data from the upper 25% of data. However, if we consider the minimum and maximum value, somebody could say that we have 5 quartiles according to the inclusive approach, and this is consistent to the quartile inclusive function of Excel. However, the most widely used approach is the exclusive one, and we are going to discuss it further in our example. Here are the formulas behind the exclusive approach. Of course, first we have to organize the data into an ascending order, and then we can use the formulas to determine the quartile location. Here are the formulas, and after determining the quartile location, we can determine the value of each quartile. Now, we are going to discuss an example of how we can apply these formulas. Here we have 9 numbers, 9 rounded numbers. And first we want to estimate the first quartile, so we start typing the equal sign, quartile.exclusive. The first argument is the range, the list of data. And the second one is the number 1, because we want to calculate the first quartile. Its value is equal to 18.75. Now we use the same formula to estimate the second quartile. Again, the first argument is the range and the second one is the number 2, because we are talking about the second quartile. However, if we want, we can use the median function as well, and we get the same result. And to estimate the third quartile, we start typing quartile.exclusive. The first argument again is the range, and the second one is the number 3, because we are talking about the third quartile. So its value is equal to 81.25. If we use the same formula to estimate the minimum value, you can see that we have an error. However, we can use the min function. And the minimum value is equal to 0. And we can use the max function to estimate the maximum value. Now here are the formulas we discussed earlier to estimate the quartiles. The results of Excel are consistent to the results of the formula. So the first quartile is equal to 18.75, the second one is equal to 50, and the third one is equal to 81.25. Don't forget that n is equal to the number of observations in our sample. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next video we are going to discuss the difference between the exclusive and inclusive approach to determine the quartiles. Thank you very much for watching.